Hello everyone, how's it going? Lumus here from Failing at Gaming. I'm in the mood for a Master System night tonight, so I'm gonna play a few random old games, and we're gonna start with a classic. This game is legendary in that it is a licensed game that is actually good. We have here 7UP's Cool Spot. Starring 7UP's Cool Spot from 7UP's Cool Spot the game. Actually, our version has most of the advertising stripped out. I believe in the original version that's actually a 7UP bottle. The European version had slightly stricter advertising laws, so they had to peel some of the bits off. But it's still fundamentally the old game. The same game. Hero Wanted. Find these, shoot here, good. Follow these. Release these, bad. If cool, collect these. Hey Diz, not much, what's up with you? How's it going? What does it say? 0 people are watching, you're watching? I think you've really answered your own question there. Let's immediately take some shortcuts. Oops. Oh, my face. So the basic plot to this game is a bunch of the cool spots have been captured by people who are hoping to trade them in for free bottles of delicious 7UP. And it's up to us to rescue them. But there's just one catch. We gotta make sure they know how cool we are. Can you imagine if a fellow cool spot saw us and didn't think we were cool? That'd be terrible. So you gotta collect all these red tokens to prove how cool we are. One of those games? A classic and delightful platformer? Yes, absolutely. Wisdom tooth hurts you, but other than that, you're good. What's happening with your wisdom tooth? You getting a new one? Got to prove you're cool to other cool people, can't relate. I can relate. That's what I'm trying to do with this whole Twitch thing. It's not as easy as you'd think. Yeah, I'm fairly sure there's a whole level down there, but we're just navigating balloons. Check it out, I'm a ball. You gone, crab. I think there was more stuff up there. Wisdom tooth won't go in properly, so instead they're ripping your gums up. Ugh. That is not fun times. It's too bad there's not really a branch of medicine that deals with teeth and gums. There's nobody you can really rely on for that stuff. Like, who would you even go to about it? So there's our fellow, but I don't know if we're cool enough yet. Are we cool yet, guys? I mean, at least a witch doctor is a doctor, right? Hey, we got to the end of the level and we went back and found a checkpoint. Go us. I wonder if we can get 100% on this level. I want to stack up on lives now before this game gets hard. I'm kind of dental doctor. Look, if dentists were real, they'd be covered by the NHS. They're like, but they're not. They're like what do you call it? What do you call those hydro guys who claim that everything can be made stronger by putting water into it? I'm missing 5% cool. They're not covered by the NHS because they're not real medicine. They're like homeopathy or chiropractic. You know? It's not real. It's just something somebody made up. Dentistry is pure superstition. Maybe there is only 95% cool on this level. I mean, what would it mean to be 100% cool? Can anybody really be 100% cool? Is that a thing a person can do? It's a metaphor, right? Even the cool spot from 7UP's The Cool Spot the game can't be 100% cool. Never mind, I found a 5% cool. No, wait, that was only 1% cool. 96%? I don't know, this just doesn't make sense. No one can be 100% cool, that's what your mum tells you anyway. Ah, here we go, here we go. Cool 100. Your mum was wrong, I'm 100% cool. Maybe she was confused because she'd never met me. With a walk like that, how can anyone think I'm not 100% cool? Look at this swagger. The important thing is to not walk long enough to go into the dash animation because it's not as cool. Alright, let's go rescue this fellow. I bet I'll be impressed. I'm honestly not sure that searching for coal in this game is worth it, because the time bonus is just as good. But hey, we got enough for a bonus stage. With these extra tokens, we can get ourselves a bonus drink. Us and our new friend, we can chill out and knock back a nice glass of 7UP. Let's get to the bottom of this bottle. And by bottom I mean the top. Seven Up, please sponsor this channel. 7UP made the only good advertisement game in all of history. Right here. Because this game is actually really cool. I would absolutely... 7UP's like the only company I'd accept sponsorship from because they've impressed me. Even though I can't get this cool spot. I need to get the spot. Come on, but you're embarrassing me in front of 7UP. I'm not going to get a sponsorship deal now. Come on, I gotta get at least 50%. So this game, I've beaten it before, but I've never 100%ed it because that's a nightmare to do. You know how we picked up the letter V for Virgin, the company that makes 7-Up? Time up. So, you need to get the... To 100% the game, you need to get all the bonus levels and collect all of the letters. But each letter also functions as a continue, so now we've got one continue. But if we lose that continue, we lose the letter permanently. So to get the true ending, you have to beat the whole game without any continues. Challenging. Alright guys, I want everyone to remember. Cool people never give in to peer pressure. Hold on, I think that's a way I can go. Take that, wildlife. Actually, at the scale this game is set at, that was quite a tiny crab. So many games encourage killing animals, yeah. What does one do if one is being spat on by a fish? Take that bee that was probably just minding its own business. I don't think it was even a bee. I'm not sure what it was. Minding its own beeswax, exactly. You gotta understand that, that the world's tiniest crab is a serious threat to a little cool guy. I mean, I'm just here sauntering around, doing some sweet flips. And you know, this crab's coming along, it could slice me up. That'd be bad for me. Exactly, there is nothing cool about tiny crabs. Might pinch your toe and that's very uncool. Exactly. Have you ever tried to look cool whilst a tiny crab is pinching your toe? It is impossible, I can tell you this. Also, I'm not sure they should be here inside the superstructure of this pier in any case. It occurs to me to wonder just how stable this pier is. It's a cool looking character. This is 7-Up's The Cool Spot from 7-Up's The Cool Spot, the game. This is the coolest possible, dude. Look at this saunter. We're currently on a quest to save cool. But first we gotta deal with some uncool dudes. Getting spat on by a fish? Not cool. See, here's the thing. None of these creatures actually injure me. What they do is they damage my coolness. As you can see, my cool bar is flashing. If I take another hit, then I just might be so uncool that I'll have to go home and recover. I won't be able to bear anybody seeing me for the rest of the day. 7-Up related to Zeeben-Up? Zeeben-Up's probably just a knockoff. I see a lot of the places around here serving Zeeben-Up. It's sad that some people, like, make a profit and a living off of other people's intellectual property, you know? Make your own. Make your own products. Don't just, like, slap somebody else's stuff on the screen and mess around with it and try and get people off of that. Keep seeing him as and the cool points as M&M's, double whammy advertising. I don't know if Cool Spot would be cool with that. I mean, are M&M's cool? That's the key question there. Hey, we found our friend. And we got just enough. We got just enough bonus points to knock back a nice chill bottle of 7-Up. Bonus level. Spikes? But the intro clearly told us that those are bad. Spikes in my 7-Up? It's more likely than you think. Okay, just gotta get this eye for Virgin, the company behind this 7-Up game. Virgin's 7-Up, the cool spot. You're hoping this will be wall-to-wall 7-Up references? Sorry to disappoint you, I'm not here to advertise. Failing at gaming, do not endorse selling out, you know, I mean, we may be playing 7-Up's the cool spot. A 7-Up game featuring 7-Up's the cool spot from 7-Up's the cool spot the game, but you know, that's all the references you're gonna get out of me. I'll acknowledge its existence, the existence of the product when it becomes relevant to the situation, but don't expect any product placement. Don't expect me to force in the words, you know, 7-Up, the cool spot, 7-Up's the cool spot, 7-Up, or, you know, anything to do with drinking 7-Up, it's just not gonna happen. That's not the kind of person I am. Although I'll tell you what, I could go for a nice, chill, cool 7-Up right now. I'll just enjoy this refreshing 7-Up to cool down after your accusation. My creative integrity, exactly. I'm not selling out, not even for a fine product like 7-Up. Even if it does bring us excellent games like 7-Up's the cool spot. Seven Up's the cool spot being perhaps the only good licensed advertising game ever made. It's hard to think of another. Depends really what you consider to be a licensed game. Like, the Arkham series is really good, but they don't... They're technically licensed in that, you know, that Batman's already a thing. But they're not based on a specific Batman thing. It's not like they're following the plot of the movie or something. The cool spots should be bottles of 7-Up. Well, cool spots are a licensed trademark emblem of the 7-Up Corporation. You can see them on the... back in the day, you could see them on 7-Up bottles. And I believe it used to be the case, if you opened a bottle and there was a 7-Up cap on... if there was a cool spot cap underneath it, well, you just scored yourself a free complimentary bottle of delicious 7-Up. Like, that's just winning the lottery right there. What do I fire at enemies? Cool. Oop. Compressed balls of cool is what I fire at enemies. Missed out on a lot by not drinking fizzy drinks as a kid. I mean, there's only really one fizzy drink worth drinking, to be honest. I never liked fizzy drinks myself. You know, the carbonation never really got to me. I was never a fan of cola or Pepsi or anything like that. But I mean, I did occasionally enjoy the refreshing taste of, you know, 7-Up. I mean, it's not like other drinks, you know. Other drinks are all sugar and flavorings. 7-Up's about taste, about cool. Just so chill and refreshing, you know? Even a fellow like me had to get in on that. Never drank fizzy drinks and your teeth hurt anyway, it was all a waste. I mean... whoops. Have you tried numbing that pain with something nice, fizzy, refreshing, maybe a bottle of 7-Up? Did you have the Coca-Cola robot? I mean, it's a product, but is it a cool one? Okay, let's get a run up here. I spent too much time looking at chat, I took a few hits, got a little embarrassed, had to go down to cool down with a nice bottle of 7-Up. But it's time to get back to it. A cool guy never lets anything keep him down for long. Dang it. The mice are frustrating because it's possible to counter their attacks. You can deflect the cheese with your cool, but you have to get it spot on. Just what your possibly infected gums need, sugar. Enough sugar kills bacteria. Yeah, exactly. It's all fine. Also, check it out. Is that a cool spot yo-yo I see right there? Sponsored by 7-Up. Hey, if you enjoy the refreshing taste of 7-Up, why not get yourself a cool spot yo-yo? Pull off some cool tricks and show your love for the refreshing taste of 7-Up. Coca-Cola robot transformed from a can into a robot. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. For a nerd. Cool people know that they're cool the way they are. They don't need to transform themselves. Don't hide away your coolness. Just be yourself. Transformers, sodas in disguise. There's got to have been a soda bottle transformer at this point, right? I mean, there was a lamppost, so I can make it. I couldn't make it. Yo-yo, we're back in the 90s? Heck yeah. That classic 90s cool. Pointy sunglasses and a yo-yo. What more do you need? Look, a classic cool guy, he needs to take his cool everywhere he goes, and that means portability. A yo-yo, you can just slip it into your pocket and break it out whenever the world needs cool. Just like a classic boombox. I mean, are you sick of your dad's old vinyl player? Taking up half the room and needing half an hour to warm up? Then get yourself a boombox. All the music you want. In the tiny package that you can carry across your shoulders. Listen to them fly tunes while knocking back a soothing bottle of 7UP. Hey, why not twirl your yo-yo to the beat? Always an option. Snoozy pajama mouse got me. So uncool. How far back am I? Like 5 hours? I don't remember seeing a checkpoint in a while. Reliving your childhood? Or the childhood you dreamed of as a kid. As a kid, we all dreamed of being the cool spot. I played this game as a kid, and I was like, someday I'll be the cool spot. I'll be the coolest kid around. With my shades and my 7UP. Everyone will know it. Look at this guy in his pajamas. Get out there and get some sun like a cool person. Hey, you're never gonna be cool staying in bed. What's up with these mouse traps? You know what's not cool? Hurting animals. Because animals are cool. Get out of here, sleepy mouse. I have no time for your lazy ways. I've got cool to do. They're not cool in the slightest. Those are terribly uncool pajamas. Cool spot wouldn't be seen dead in them. Look at how all these nails aren't hammered into place. Slipshod construction. Just not cool, guys. Not cool. Cool people get the job done, and they do it right. And then afterwards, when it's all clear, everything's accomplished, and everybody knows how cool they are, that's when they relax. With a nice, refreshing bottle of 7UP. When do you know you're cool enough? When you've got that 7UP. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Hurting animals isn't cool, and winners don't do drugs. 7UP is my anti-drug. I don't need drugs. I've got 7UP. No pharmaceutical product can equal the rush you get when you pop that cap and hear that fizz. Kanpai, everybody. You rescued another friend. And now it's time to get to the bottom of another bottle. Don't worry, we don't support drinking alcohol here. No, the taste we're talking about is the refreshing taste of 7-Up. Sparkling and clean and delicious. None of that distasteful booze that you'll see other companies luring kids into. The only products we sell are hearty and heartwarming. 7-Up, the drink your kids can rely on. Alright, where's this missing letter? We gotta get all the letters, of course, guys. There we are. And just clean up a few more of these cool spots while we're at it. You gotta love this cool music as well. This is the kind of music you could have playing from your boombox while you knock back that refreshing 7-Up. Hey, if you're enjoying this 7-Up endorsed playthrough of 7-Up's Cool Spot, the game, starring 7-Up's The Cool Spot from 7-Up's The Cool Spot, the game, why not check out our YouTube for Let's Plays and old streams. Something to watch while you drink your 7-Up. Reminds you too much of the drowning music in Sonic? I mean, Sonic had the misfortune that he was drowning in boring, flavorless water. The only thing we're drowning in is delicious 7-Up. What a way to go. Slide down these rails like a pro. Found our way in some sort of science lab. But these nerds, all their science can't teach them about the delicious flavor of 7-Up. That's something you have to experience on your own. Sometimes it was sludgy purple water, not saying the flavor would have been good. The Mega Muck and Chemical Plant, that stuff was grape flavored at best. Not the refreshing, lemony taste of 7-Up. Just need a PSA about not playing in railway marshalling yards and not doing E. That's how you remember the 90s. Whoop, back up the pipe. We've got enough to rescue our guy. We won't be ashamed if he sees us in his current state, but we also won't get that free, delicious drink. I mean, turning down a shot at some delicious 7-Up? Not on my watch. Yeah, hey kids, don't take pills. The only small round objects you want to consume are these delicious cool spots that can help you win bottles of delicious 7-Up. Yeah, don't get in strangers' cars, kids. They might claim that they've got 7-Up, but strangers often have the cheap, unofficial knockoff product, 7-Up. From a distance, it's hard to tell the difference, but once you drink it, you'll know. Yeah, this level's practically a bonus level in itself. I don't believe we've seen a single enemy. Okay, we got the bonus game. Ooh. Hello, friend. In a spot of bother. Surprised you encounter 70 of the enemies all at once. For added hilarity, PSAs about Stranger Danger, starring Jimmy Savile. You definitely saw those at school? Double. To be honest, I feel like I remember more of the 80s than the 90s. Okay, we don't have time to be wasting. If we're gonna get to the bottom of this bottle. Does anyone see the letter? Where is it? There it is. We got it. We got it. We got it, G. Like, some of the celebrities we were surprised about. How did anybody see Jimmy Savile and not know? Remember none of the 80s and the minor technicality that you didn't exist? Back in the 80s, none of us existed. That's what the 80s were all about. Minor excuse. No excuse not to remember the 80s. Guys, you know what cool people do? Cool people bathe regularly. The junior school library being full of books about the Soviet Union and nuclear war. Yeah, I remember us writing essays on what we'd do in the event of a nuclear war. Being cautioned about the Reds, that kind of thing. Hey, I don't have to take that from an uncool frog like you. Hey Froggy, instead of eating bugs, why don't you try the delicious taste of 7-Up? I mean, this pool's okay, but it's just boring, flavorless water. I mean, couldn't this be a bath full of delicious, delicious 7-Up? Hold on, let me just read out what Diz is saying. I just remember the early days of home internet. You think you had it bad? I remember the days before that. It was pretty much the same thing, except it didn't support sound back in those days, so we just had that in silence. Fond memories of connecting my DOS to a BBS, and while it loads up, the text printout reads Whoops. No. Okay. I saved it. We're fine. Let's get on top of this blimp. Blimps are cool. Yeah, some days I'd wait hours for a web page to load. And then just before it was finished, somebody would answer the phone. And it'd all be gone. Classic. It just made you want it more. Kids these days, they don't appreciate the internet. They don't get it. Whoa, that's not good. Never mind, saved it. Constant shouts of Mum, get off the phone, I need to get on MSN. Or Bebo.com. I vaguely recall Bebo. Ah, MSN. The luxuries of the ancient days where you could use MSN before it was bought by Skype and made rubbish. Because let's face it, Skype is kind of a joke these days. They ate all the competition and now there's nobody left to challenge them. They've grown fat and weak. Quickly check to see if it's still a thing. Hold on, was that a thing? That was a thing. I love this wallpaper, by the way. Toys. Heck yeah. Where do I go from here? Oh, there's another bubble. New Google Bebo, you get a bottle feeding product for the same name. I don't think that's what we were about back in the 90s. Kinda want to drop down there and get all those, but I'm worried it'll take me right back to the start. Time is starting to be an issue. Some people claim it's fashionable to be late, but I say a cool dude never leaves his friends waiting. That said, if I don't get enough for a free drink, I'm going back. This guy has a lot of blimps. And also flying saucers. An enviable collection. Oh, how did I save that? Well, I think the pressure may now be on, guys. The clock is ticking. Cool guys don't buffer, they get buff. Probably. Look at Cool Spot here doing all these flips. You don't do that by not getting your daily exercise and vitamin D. Not to mention all the vitamins that can be found in a refreshing glass of 7UP. All the energy you need to get through your workout. Okay, where am I going here? As far over here as I can get, maybe? Hey, I made it back to the checkpoint just in time to time out and respawn at this exact checkpoint. Too late to be cool. Just saw this headline, STD-riddled ladybirds invade British homes. I feel like I can almost guess which newspaper that was from. Oh, no, no, no! Oh, well. British headlines in a nutshell. Even STDs affect humans. But how will STD-riddled ladybird immigrants affect Lady Diana? Asking the big questions. Hey friend, let's get the heck out of here. Perfectly ordinary thing might give you herpes, not clickbait, unless you do this one weird trick. Meanwhile, Stay Healthy Body is actually providing one weird trick. You won't believe what ladybirds might give you. Okay guys, here we are at the source of the flavor. The taste factory right here. See if we can find that letter, because reading is cool. But not as cool as the chill taste of 7UP. Won't believe what ladybirds might give you. Doctors hate them. Won't believe what ladybirds might give you. Doctors hate them. Sentences unrelated. I've always felt this screen is a little unnecessary. Storing continue, virgin. I mean, why you gotta hate? Back to the wall. So that we actually reached the halfway point of our adventure just there. The way the game is set up is that you start on the beach, you set off into the city, you go through the pier, the walls into the city, check out the pipes and the toy room, and then you're going to make your way back to the beach with the people that you've rescued. So now we'll be playing through all the levels in reverse. Just like how you'll reverse course back to the shop when you realize your bottle of 7-Up is now empty and you need another one. Are immigrant ladybirds infecting your pension? House prices to fall in response to ladybird crisis. Okay. Going the opposite way to the way I was told to go didn't work out for me. You know, guys, this is giving me a real blast of the past. Do you guys remember newspapers? Like, do you remember when newspapers were like papers? Instead of being on the internet? You could like go into the shop and buy a newspaper? And people used to read them? Like... maybe more of an 80s thing, it was a long time ago, but... I think newspapers still existed way into even into the 90s, some of the newspapers were still being sold. Although possibly not bought. Is that a health up? That was a health up. It's the first health up we see in all game. Man, newspapers. That's crazy. I bet Diz has never even seen a newspaper. Like, not a real one. She's probably sitting there thinking, you know, they used to print off newspapers from the internet? And that she doesn't realize they were on the newspapers came out first. People put them on the internet afterwards. Something about bad weather and Princess Diana. Exactly. Newspapers. Bad weather to fall in response to Ladybird Diana crisis. Newspapers used to have crosswords and more subtle clickbait headlines. I remember when webcomics used to be in newspapers. That was a time. If you wanted your daily Garfield to tell you how to feel about the Monday, you couldn't just go to your webpage and have a look at it. Not unless you had 30 minutes to listen to the and tell your mum to get off the phone. You had to go out and buy a newspaper. You sometimes see newspapers on the trains. Those ones have been there for decades. That's how you can tell our trains aren't being cleaned. There's no money for keeping the trains clean anymore because of the housing crisis that Ladybird Diana has caused. What with her STDs and all. It's embarrassing the royal family. Oh yeah, maybe if you went to a steam train railway, they'd give you like a newspaper as a souvenir. Yeah, print webcomics. Back in the day, there was like 4 webcomics, all in the newspapers. You had like Garfield, you had Dilbert. In the good newspapers, you got like Calvin and Hobbes. Off the web comics. Then there was Peanuts, which was like Calvin and Hobbes without the jokes. Whoops. Leaving exposed spikes in your walls? Not cool. What was the one about the dog? Fred Bassett? I don't think they make that one anymore. I think it was just a dog that stood there looking sad. Probably to cash in on Garfield's fame. It's crazy to think back to that ancient time. This day there's like, you know, webcomics have really expanded since the web was invented. These days there's like, there might be as many as a dozen webcomics out there. It's hard to keep up with them all. But you know, I do like to find time, keep up with internet culture. You know, get up in the morning, pop the internet on, have a look at my webcomics while I have my morning glass of delicious 7UP. Winnie the Pooh with a joining poem, yes. For the more cultural comic. Shots fired. I mean, is anybody out there ever going to tell me that Peanuts is funnier than Calvin and Hobbes? That would have to be a very convincing argument for me to not immediately punch you. Not Winnie the Pooh, Rupert the Bear, yeah. I remember the Rupert the Bear ones. Some of them did. There was a Winnie the Pooh thing for a while, right? But yeah, Rupert the Bear was the one that most of the comics had. Now there are like 10 webcomics, it's rad, and they're all really good. None of them are terrible or creepy. I mean, I think one of them is still Peanuts, so that's kind of sad, but hey. What about Marmaduke? I remember that back in the printed out webcomics days. I think they still make Marmaduke, although they've stopped including jokes. Also, artwork is now infrequent. I don't think I've got enough coal. I need to be at least 40% coal for my friend to see me. If I go up there with less than 40% coal, he's gonna laugh at me. He's not gonna want to be saved by someone like me. I gotta go back and find more coal. I've been drinking my water. I'll take a drink now, stay healthy, but I'll take a refreshing drink of 7UP. Now that's taste. Alright, which way have I been? Looks like I came this way. Ah. Find Cage. Like Nick Cage, or... do I want to explore more and try and get that delicious free bottle? So that healthy bot message. How old does it think the average Twitch viewer is? Get up and stretch, refill your water, grab something to eat, or maybe take a bathroom break? I mean... Oh wait, the other stay healthy bot. Joining clubs after retirement could extend your life. Bring on knitting and book club. How old does it think the average Twitch viewer is? I mean... Silver Surfers. Oh, there's more stuff further along. Okay, this is what we're doing now. Although I am on 1 hit point and 1 life. This is how I get that free bottle, though. It's worth the risk. Kids, if you have to risk death to get yourself a refreshing taste of 7UP, well, nobody lives forever. Hey, this is another thing that I'll get you, Diz. I remember when they used to print out whole books. Not just newspapers, whole books. Maybe you remember them from school? It's really more of a... Like, they were still around into the 2000s. Actual physical books. Like, not on an e-reader. You probably saw some as a kid. I can't remember the last time I read a physical book. Such a long time ago. I am 2 cool points away from getting... Wow! Face first into that spike. That was horrific. Okay, I'm 2 cool points away from getting a free drink, so I think I gotta get back and find those. Okay, here we go. Bonus game. Physical books. I can barely believe it myself. Like, really? Like, how did we cope? How did people read back in those days? After having my e-reader, using a physical book just feels so uncomfortable. Okay, people used to read flippy page books. Printed out e-books, I know, right? Non-electronic books, they used to call them. Or NE books for short. People would go into the library and say, "You got NE books?" What a world. What a world. Yeah, you had to turn the pages with your hands. You couldn't just swipe over to the next page. Like, you'd have to hold them with both hands, and the material wasn't as comfortable to read off of, and you had to hold them open, and yeah, the screens didn't. It had paper. The paper didn't light up, so you couldn't read at night. You could only read during daylight hours. Nightmare, nightmare. Is that it? Okay, it's just time. Time? Unbelievable. How did people cope back in those days, you know? There we go. Turning pages with my hands like some kind of animal. I mean, you say with a torch, but but the problem is that paper is flammable, you know? The torch might light it up. And like, a book only contained 1 book. Think how insane that is. You couldn't slip your e-reader into your pocket and have 5,000 books with you, ready to go at any time. You had to pick one book. And it probably wouldn't even fit in your pocket. You'd have to carry it. Like a peasant. Just... Some ebook readers make the next page animation look like you've turned a page to remind us of the dark times we've left behind. A grim reminder. It's good that they do that, you know. Never forget. Never forget. Okay, we got all the letters and I'm starting to burp a bit, so if we find the guy, we're just going to rescue him. Okay. I thought there was a flaw down there. We're in our last life. I'd like to do this with... I'd like to make this a one continue game, so that we can get the perfect score at the end, but... It's looking kind of dicey at this point. I don't think it actually changes anything, it's just that... You know, you haven't truly beaten the game. Unless you can do it with all of your letters. I think the wealthy hired people to carry their books for them. Used to store them on some kind of shelf? I mean... You could take up whole rooms like that, though. Having your... It'd be like a games library on your computer, except it takes up a whole room of your house. Shelf for books, I forget the name. Hey, Just Red, how's it going? Are you doing okay? What's your test on? Good luck with it, whatever it is. What would a shelf for books be called? Like a favorites list, maybe? A favorites list shelf? A your purchased files shelf? I don't know, it just doesn't roll off the tongue. I think we're all good. I'm doing okay. Been kind of tired all day, but I always wake up a bit when the stream starts. It's amazing how life becomes enjoyable when I start doing something that's fun. Okay, good luck with your test, Just Red. I hope it goes well. Thanks for stopping by. Jeez, look at that. It's a good thing Lady Meow's not here today. Oh no! No, not like this! I'm not getting spat on by a fish. I don't want to go this way. Kindle calls it a library? Like a library of purchased product shelves? Okay, that jump did not go the way I wanted it to go. How do I get up there now? Oh, I hope I don't have to go back. I gotta find my missing dude, he needs my help. Okay, I gotta go back. Library. Latin for downloaded books. Okay. I'll trust you to know your old words. It's getting tense, guys. I'm on my last life. I've got 1 hit point. This could end badly for me. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay, no. Be cool, guys. Be cool. I could find like a health up or an extra life. Either would be appreciated. But who am I kidding? Seemed like 1 life up this whole game. Wait, was that ridiculous jump really the way I was supposed to go? That's the only way forward? Okay, not going down. No, not going down there. Not gonna risk it. Being cool is how you win this game. Cool under pressure. Exactly. Just like delicious 7UP. Okay, here we go. Make it, make it! We made it! Okay, okay. Get past the crab. Did we get him? No, okay. Being cool is how you win at life. That and enjoying the freshest 7UP. Hey, being cool and enjoying refreshing 7UP, same thing. Okay, where's my guy? A checkpoint, that is not what I wanted to see. That means there's a good chunk left, probably. I need a 1-up. Oh man, and the time's getting low too. Wait, what? What? Oh, okay, we can get through this one. Okay. Get over these caltrops that some uncool person has scattered here. No! Oh, I thought I'd got him. But he got me. In the end, I always knew it to be the crabs that got me. We lost one of our letters, guys. I don't think we can get it back. So I think that's our perfect game gun. But we still got a lot more continues, so hopefully we can finish overall at least. We are back to the start of the level, though. You know, sometimes life throws you challenges. All you can do is be cool about it. Killed by crabs, what a way to go. Damn those STD-riddled ladybirds. Invading our homes. Crabs from the ladybirds. I can only assume it's crabs from the ladybirds, yeah. I mean, it'd make sense. Okay. Didn't get the... There we go. Just because I can't get all the letters doesn't mean I don't want those refreshing free bottles of 7UP. It's all connected. Okay, that... I saw the line of things and thought it was safe to jump. I was fooled. I've been bamboozled. Thanks to the checkpoint too. And heckin' bamboozled. Guys, it all fits together. The ladybirds invaded our houses to deploy the crabs to stop us from being cool. But here's the part that I don't get. Ladybirds and crabs, they're not all that smart. There's got to be somebody behind them. Somebody guiding the ladybirds and the crabs in their plans to thwart us. I mean, just who could it be? Hold on, I'm getting a message. Hello everyone, I am back. I've enjoyed my brief, well-deserved break. I am Lumus from Failing at Gaming. I enjoy the refreshing taste of 7UP. How are you all on this fine day? I am a new tie wearing. Did somebody say the word suspicious? Why, you need to chill out and relax. Why not cool off with a nice refreshing bottle of 7UP, the product that I, Lumus, enjoy. Gah, bees. Yes, my love for 7-Up in many ways makes me Lumus. It's quite the defining trait. Should show like the delicious beverage that you Lumus enjoy. Exactly. The bees, not the bees. Ah! I mean, the game's all along, this game keeps telling us to find Cage. If we can find time to rescue him from the bees, that'd be real cool of us. Okay. Okay, saved it, saved it. Good old Lumus, always enjoying his 7-Up, truly his defining feature. Is it all connected, Diz? Is it all connected? Or is it a bizarre string of coincidences that are entirely plausible on their own? Diz, you're starting to sound quite mad. You're concerning me. Maybe we need a break. Maybe we should relax with a nice 7-Up, you know? Get your strength back. You've been working too hard. You'll fry your brain working so hard. You'll start having weird delusions about conspiracies and connections. Also, just noticed that I never closed that message. Pay no attention to it was just a hilarious joke. What a prank. Hello, fellow cool friend. Na, na, na. Remote access to user the one disaster granted. Stand by. Hello, friend, the disaster. I know you well, and that can therefore verify that you are in fact who you say you are. Diz, how are you enjoying the taste of 7-Up on this day? It's true, Diz, you do enjoy 7-Up, thus proving that you are in fact Diz. Okay, I may have not made the best possible use of my time here. Mostly on account of flying into spikes and losing all of my time. Seven Up is very refreshing and cool. It's good of you to notice. Beach volleyball! Is anything about beach volleyball different to regular volleyball? Like, does it really have to be referred to as beach volleyball? Is it not just... Can we not just play volleyball on a beach? I mean, I guess I'm not 100% sure how beach sport rules work. On account of never having sported or beached. Dragonfly! Buzzing around the cooler. Beach volleyball is played in fewer / more revealing clothes. Leave me alone, crabs. I mean, I guess I don't really know what normal volleyball people wear. At the Olympics, they play in bikinis. Is that for the beach volleyball or regular volleyball? Is there Olympic beach volleyball? Wait, they have Olympic volleyball and Olympic beach volleyball. What? Hey, check it out. A nice refreshing can of 7UP. Somebody was having a good time. Ah! It's a crab! A surprise crab! Bikini Olympics, bikini diving, bikini long jump. You've got a point, it does kind of follow ancient Greek tradition a little closer. Bikini rapid fire pistol. I think I've played that game. Bikini saber fencing, bikini weightlifting, yeah. All of these sound like realistic Olympic sports to me. Check it out. A can of refreshing 7UP from the cooler here. Keep your 7UP in the cooler so it keeps its cool. Okay, that's on me. I kind of charged in, thinking it was a crab under a hut that I could knock out, and it didn't come out, and it just spun on the spot, and I walked right into it. Not how I should have handled the situation ideally. Up. How do I up? Could I get those ups? If you're telling me to go back to where the bubbles were and climb up using those, why did you put a checkpoint all the way over here, away from the bubbles? Bikini Olympics might be a film. I'll bow to your expertise on that. Okay, let's get up here. You don't want to check? Yeah, cool people don't do a Google image search for Bikini Olympics. I'm gonna throw that one out right now. Okay, our guy's got to be along here somewhere, right? It said up. It's said to go up, and we're so up, we're 7 up. Hey, it's our bottle! This is the one we surfed in on the end of the game. We can rescue this one guy now that we're back on the beach, and we can go back on our surfing trip. Guys, we were so close to doing this on one continue, but we didn't quite make it. But still, successful game, I think. Now we can enjoy what is no doubt an incredible ending sequence. Congratulations, you have completed the quest for cool. What a thrilling ending sequence. I even enjoyed the credits, seeing all the people who worked on this game. Everyone who was involved in making 7-Up's The Cool Spot the game. I hope you all enjoyed that. I'm going to take a brief break in which I will get myself another refreshing 7-Up. And we'll be back soon with a different game. I'll see you then.